Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to bring you the Division video. What if I guess today is this week's end reset. Like always, if you guys are looking for anything specific, check out the description below. There's going to be timestamps over there, so finding things is going to be much easier. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video or find it helpful, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more videos, and let's get right into this. Starting off first, you guys want to check out the special blueprints vendor down at the terminal at the base operations, and the first thing I would recommend checking out is this classic M44 carbine blueprint. Now if you are still missing a sniper rifle for your build, if it's a Hunter's Faith build, if it's just a normal build, and you want a good secondary sniper rifle, the M44 is really good. It does a lot of damage, and unfortunately you can't really mod it how you can like the M700 carbine, but the M44 is still very good. So again, if you need a backup sniper rifle or a secondary, this blueprint is a must buy. A few spots down, you want to check out the small grip blueprint. Now if you guys are missing a critical hit damage grip and you are new to the game or you're coming back and you don't want to waste time farming for one or trying to get lucky, if you want critical hit damage on that grip, definitely buy this blueprint. You can craft yourself one and potentially get a god roll with like critical hit damage, stability, and reload speed. Last but not least, you want to check out this firearms gear mod blueprint and also this electronics gear mod blueprint. Once again, if you guys are new to the game or you're coming back and you are switching builds constantly or you're making multiple builds, whatever the case is, if you are always in need of mods, definitely pick these two blueprints up. It's going to save you a lot of time instead of going out and farming for this, obviously, killing bosses or completing missions. You could just craft whatever you need, hopefully you get lucky and get yourself a god roll mod. Up next, we're stopping by the special equipment vendor, and the first thing you guys want to look at is this Liberator. Now what it comes with is 21% enemy armor damage, 263 gear score, and for the talents it has Meticulous, Destructive, and Deadly. This in my opinion is a pickup for PvE. If you are new to the game or if you are just struggling to find a good PvE assault rifle, this one's pretty good. It has Destructive, which is something you always need in PvE. It also has Deadly for a little bit more damage, and the final thing is, I would recommend getting rid of Meticulous, go for something like Ferocious, Unforgiving, Responsive, Vicious, even Predatory if you want a little bit more healing for PvE. So once again, if you're in need of a good assault rifle for those incursions or legendary missions, whatever the case is, take a look at this one. Going all the way down to the mods, you want to check out this prototype firearms mod, and this is actually a 266 firearms and 3131 health mod. This one in my opinion is a must buy. It's 1 point away from being a god roll, and even if you don't need this mod right now, you might need it in the future. So just pick this thing up, again, use it right now on your builds or put it away in your stash and let it sit there for future builds. Now the final thing is this extended magazine. Now this is not the best one, and I would recommend picking this one only up if you are in desperate needs. If you have a good magazine already, don't pick this one up. It's not the best. But if you're looking for something with critical hit damage, reload speed, and magazine size, this one's pretty good. The magazine size could be a little bit higher, you're missing like one bullet from it. But besides that, it's pretty good. Again, it does have reload speed, and that's pretty much the one thing you don't really want on a magazine. You want critical hit chance or rate of fire. But like I said, if you're in desperate needs and you need a magazine, check this one out. Heading upstairs, you want to stop by the advanced weapon vendor still at the base operations, and what you want to check out from him is this enhanced PP19. Now what it comes with is 19.50% critical hit chance, 266 gear score, and for the talents it has Vicious, Competent, and Hurried. Now in my opinion, this is a pretty decent pickup for a Alpha Bridge build or a specific kind of build, because Competent is not in the free slot, so you have to kind of look at that and see if you have enough electronics to unlock this. Also, it does have Vicious, which is actually very good on SMGs for the max crit chance. But if you don't like that, you can reroll this into like Responsive or Deadly depending on you. Or you can get rid of Hurried and again get something like Unforgiving, Responsive, Deadly, something like that, and pretty much play around with it. It just again kind of depends what build you're going to be using this weapon on. So once again, this is located at the advanced weapon vendor in the base operations. The final person you guys want to visit in the base operations is this gear vendor still upstairs. And what he's actually selling is a very good inventive backpack. This one actually comes with 1267 firearms, 7% critical hit damage, and it also has 14% burn resistance. This in my mind is a god roll for a kind of skill power build. The only thing you really have to do is get rid of critical hit damage, go into skill power, and you will have a really good inventive backpack. Now yes, unfortunately this thing does come with firearms, but sometimes you might make a kind of hybrid build between having a lot of firearms and also using a lot of skill power or electronics. So this backpack is kind of for those builds. It's not a pure kind of electronics or skill power build kind of gear piece. Once again, it just really depends on your build. If you want to use this, then definitely pick this one up. It's very, very good, and I think it's definitely worth it if you don't have a good inventive backpack. The Special Blueprint vendor Akim Clinton is next on my list, and what you want to check out from him is this Firearms Gear Mod Blueprint and also this Stamina Gear Mod Blueprint. Like I said before, if you're new to the game or if you're coming back and you are making multiple builds, you're switching your builds around, instead of going out farming for mods and wasting your time, you could just buy the blueprints, craft whatever you need, and save, once again, a lot of time. Now moving on to the Special Equipment vendor, still Akim Clinton, the first thing you actually want to check out is this mod. This is actually a 2% pulse critical hit chance mod, so if you're making a damage/DPS build for PvP or PvE and you are using a pulse and you want a bit more critical hit chance with your LMGs or your assault rifles or whatever you're using, pick this thing up. Again, it's really good for damage builds. For SMGs, this is something I really wouldn't recommend because you already have a lot of crit chance on it. But if you're running an AR build, a LMG build, once again for PvP or PvE, this is something really worth picking up. Lastly, you want to check out this extended magazine, and what it comes with is 112% magazine size, 4% critical hit damage, and 5.30% rate of fire. Now this one's pretty good for PvP. As you guys know, having rate of fire in PvP is key. So, although it does have critical hit damage, which is only kind of suitable for SMGs, I would say, because something like a AR build or LMGs do require some critical hit chance. So I would recommend using this maybe for your SMG builds, again for the Dark Zone or Skirmish or Last Stand. But if you want to use it for whatever, it's really up to you. But again, this one's pretty good. Besides it being pretty low on the magazine size, I think you're missing like 2 or 3 bullets from it. But nonetheless, it's still pretty good. So if you want to pick this one up, it's located at the Special Equipment vendor at Akim Clinton. Up next, we're stopping by the Madison Stand Safe House, and what he's actually selling is a pretty nice prototype performance mod. This is actually a 6% first aid ally heal. Now if you're making a healer build with a tactician or reclaimer, whatever you're using, this is something that's definitely going to help you out and help your team out. If you are the main healer for incursions or legendary missions, this is something, once again, you definitely want on your build, and it's going to provide a better kind of healing experience, I guess you could say, for your teammates, and just overall, it's going to make your build that much better. So if you're in need of this, check out this vendor 100%. The South Pole vendor is next on my list, and again, he is selling a pretty good mod. This time it is a 6% first aid self-heal mod. So if you are making a pretty much any build, I would say for PvP at least, you always want to use a booster shot or a overdose, and it doesn't matter how much skill power or electronics you have. If you want that booster shot or that overheal to do a bit more healing for you and pretty much help you out in those tough kind of gunfights and heal you a lot more, using these mods is very, very important. Obviously if you're not using a booster shot, if you're not using an overheal, if you're running a kind of pulse and a immune station setup for PvP, you don't need these mods, but besides that, I would recommend picking these up 100%. The final open world adventure you guys want to check out is the Firewall, and what he's actually selling is a really nice prototype electronics mod. This is actually a 209 electronics and 3% damage sleets mod. So if you guys are making a PvE build, it doesn't really matter if you're making a damage build, if you want to focus on being a tank, whatever the case is, using these mods is very, very important in my opinion. Even again, as I said, if you don't have that much firearms or don't have that much kind of DPS output, it's still going to help you melt those NPCs, it's still going to make your build that much better, and for PvE, these are the mods I would really recommend using. Now although these come with electronics, so you can kind of switch it up and make a Seeker Mine / Sticky Bomb build and equip these and make those those skill power builds that much better for PvE. So if you're interested in this one, check out the gear venture at the Firewall Safe House. Getting straight into the DZ, the first person you guys want to stop by is the West 34th Street Checkpoint, and what he's actually selling is a really nice Vigorous chest piece. What it comes with is 1156 stamina, 5% enemy armor damage, 16,543 health, and it also has 50% ammo capacity. Now this one I would say is for PvE since it does have health, enemy armor damage, and also ammo capacity. The only thing you really have to do is get rid of the stamina and go into firearms or electronics depending on your build. Or you can reroll stamina and get it a little bit higher because this one is very, very low. Now if you don't want to do this, if you want to use this for PvP, I would recommend optimizing the stamina and going to like at least 1250, 1260 or somewhere around there, and just rerolling enemy armor damage and go for something like skill haste or EDR, again, if you want to use this for PvP. So once again, it just really depends what you want to use this for. If you want to use it for PvP or PvE, the choice is yours. Next up, we're stopping by the West 42nd Street checkpoint, still in the DZ, and what you want to check out from him is this prototype performance mod. This is actually a 5% support station healing speed mod. So as I said earlier, if you're making a healer build, you can use these mods and pretty much make your support station heal your friends and yourself that much faster, especially if you're not using Reclaimer, if you're using something like a Tactician build or a Final Measures healer build. Whatever you're using, these mods are very, very helpful. And again, this is a God roll mod. Last but not least, you want to stop at the West 46th Street checkpoint, and the first thing you want to look at is this M249B LMG. Now what it comes with is 19% damage to targets out of cover, 259 gear score, and for the talents it has Unforgiving, Predatory, and Fierce. In my opinion, this is going to be a really good PvE weapon for like a Lone Star or Striker build. The only thing you really have to do is get rid of Fierce, go for Destructive or Ferocious, and once again this will be a good PvE pickup. Now, if you want to use this for PvP, which I really wouldn't recommend because, the M249B isn't really that good, you're better off using something like the MG5 for PvP, but if you want to use it, keep it how it is, or you can get something like Vicious, or you can also reroll Predatory and go for something like Brutal, or again, Vicious. It just really depends what you want to use and what build you're using this with. So it's pretty good, but nonetheless, I would really recommend picking this up for PvE. And lastly, you want to check out this mod. This is actually a prototype performance mod, which is a 7.50% support station range mod. If you are a healer with a Tactician or Reclaimer healer build or Final Measures healer build, whatever you're using, if you want to make your support station that much bigger so your teammates are not really too close to you and you guys are kind of spread out, this mod is for you. It is a maxed out mod, so again, if you're looking for this one, definitely check out this vendor. But yeah, that's going to be it for the video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. I respond to all my comments. But once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.